AM950 The Word, we're ready to help with half-price tuition to faith-based schools. Explore your options today at AmazingRadioDeals.com. That's AmazingRadioDeals.com.
From the Filatowski Lasik Institute studios, this is 94.9 FM and AM 950, The Word, WTLN, Orlando, where faith comes by hearing.
Welcome to Authentic Living on 94.9 FM and AM 950, The Word, where it's time to join Courtney Shaw. She's a wife, a mom, author, former Mrs. Florida America, and along with her guests, you will be inspired, educated, and empowered to live the authentic life. And now, here's Courtney Shaw.
Hello and welcome to the Authentic Living Show here on 94.9 FM and AM 950 The Word. I'm Courtney Shaw and I want to thank you for joining my guest and I for another inspirational hour. Well, I want to take a moment real quick to thank our generous sponsors that make this show possible. Radiology Specialists of Florida with Florida Hospital always keep us educated on how to take care of our temples right in the middle of the show. And we want you to visit somedaystartstoday.com to get information on how you can live a healthy life God's way. No more dieting, no more New Year's resolutions. Really commit to being healthy, commit to getting your annual checkups, and commit to making choices that are going to bring you the freedom that God desires you to have. I want to also thank iPose Media. They have a great new offer coming up for the new year. A lot of us need to update our headshots for our business or personal lives, and they have a 10-minute session that they're offering for $15. Yes, you guys, I said it, $15. You cannot beat this price anywhere. There's a couple stipulations to that, so I want to make sure you call 321-445-8487. Again, the number is 321-445-8487, and ask for Emerson or Carmel. You know, the other thing that's really important when we talk about setting an order and getting our houses in order, our finances in order, is our insurance. We need to make sure that we've got that in place and you've got everything up to date. So it's the best time at the beginning of the year to check on what your coverage is. And we want you to contact Michael with Allstate. You can reach him at 407-312-2921. Again, the number is 407-312-2921 to get your quote today. Also, we know we've just come out of the holidays and we've probably put all those Christmas decorations away and our house might be a little bit of a mess. So why don't you call Queen Cleaning Concepts today to get your home sparkling clean for 2018. You can call 407-294-9966. And lastly, I want to highlight one of our newest sponsors, Central Florida Lincoln. You know, my husband Jeff and I have been happy customers for over 15 years, and their customer service is bar none. They truly are there to treat you with the spirit of excellence, and there's no other ride out there like a Lincoln. So I'm excited to share with you their new initiative called the Lincoln Executive Business Program. If you're a business owner, there are a variety of fleet programs, incentives, and executive benefits available at Lincoln Vehicles. So start your journey today into luxury. Here's what they offer. They offer pickup and delivery, Lincoln loaner vehicles, roadside assistance, complimentary car washes, and commercial lines of credit. Let Central Florida Lincoln show you how you can save time and money as your personal luxury automotive partner. Contact Merritt Martin, Executive Business Consultant, at 407-947-0976 to schedule your appointment today and get the luxurious experience only Central Florida Lincoln provides. You can also check out our Facebook page to learn more about the services, products our sponsors provide. And joining me in the studio now is Miss Kalia Fillmore. She's a wife, mom, and the founder of MEDkeen Solutions. The company was founded on the principles of health and wealth to strategize and deploy solutions to help physicians maintain a fiscally sound medical practice that always provides top quality care to their patients. She's a regular contributor to the Florida MD magazine, which offers physicians simple yet effective tactics to common operational issues. She's here today to talk about ways we can have a healthy business and also the upcoming Healthy Business Conference on January 25th. Welcome, Kalia. It's so great to have you in the studio.
Well, thank you. I'm just so humbled and blessed to be here.
Well, we're so grateful for what you do to serve our local community. And like I shared with you before we started, that my husband's been in the medical industry for years, so he knows the importance of a doctor having their business side of their practice in order so they can really focus on what they went into medicine in the first place, and that is the healing ministry to help people get better, right?
Absolutely. If that administrative piece is not in order, it can actually put them out of business. So the best way is to deploy those solutions and to help those physicians, like you said, do what they do best, take care of the patients.
Absolutely. And that could become such a distraction too. I know if a physician is stressed out, wondering, how they're going to keep the lights on and if their payroll is correct and everything's in place. And of course, we know with all the stuff with health benefits and insurance, it is really crazy now. So that is an essential part. So how did MEDkeen Solutions get started?
So I'm a nurse by trade, so I think it's within me to want to help people. And so I climbed the corporate ladder and was doing marketing and sales. And my touch points have always been physicians. And physicians would moan and groan and tell me about their issues. But when you're in the corporate world, I had to represent who was paying me. So I couldn't always tell them the best ways to do and, have a successful business. So I stepped out on faith 2 years ago, had a conversation with my husband and left the corporate world and became an entrepreneur. And it's just always been my mission, and it's part of my mission statement, to help physicians succeed. So I go in there and they give me full transparency of what their issues are, and whether it be billing, whether it be equipment, whether they're not getting the reimbursements, I help them solve those issues so they can better take care of their patients. The insurance companies are decreasing reimbursement. Medicare, Medicaid, they don't always pay enough. And these physicians struggle.
Absolutely. And that's where you come in to save the day.
And I come in and save the day. I put on my cape.
I knew you had a cape, girl. I was waiting for you to tell me about that cape. Because it is such an important thing. And I think, when patients go to get treatment, they want to know that their physician is not distracted by the business side. And we even talked a little bit earlier that so many doctors have gotten so frustrated with the business side that they've gone and just now they work for a larger hospital or a larger network. And so I know there's so many physicians that want that creative control and to be able to take the time, with their patients and not be on such a tight clock. And obviously that's where you come in as well. So you're also a wife and mom, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a wife. My husband, Earl, is an Army major. He's also a professor. And I have 2 boys, a 20-year-old and a 7-year-old.
You have a 20-year-old? All right, everybody's going to see the pictures on Facebook, but you look like you're 20 years old. There's no way.
Yeah, no. He's a sophomore at Bethune-Cookman University.
Wow.
Almost has a 4.0 GPA, interned at NASA. He's so smart, Tiandre. And then I have my Isaiah, who's all into sports. And I tell people he runs the house. He's 7-year-old. He runs the house.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I've got a 5-year-old tiny woman in my house and she works very hard to run it. That is for sure. So how do you do it when it comes to balancing? Now you're you're a full-time entrepreneur. You're still a wife. You're a mom to 2 very active kids. How do you balance that?
You know what? Sometimes it's difficult and sometimes it's very easy. But what I try to do is always put my family first. One of the things when I first became an entrepreneur, I just dove head first into it. I don't even think I knew everything that I was doing.
You took the water wings off and you just did a cannonball in the deep end.
I did. I just jumped off the cliff. And so what I try to do with my family, besides putting them first, is spending quality time with them. And being an entrepreneur kind of does help me with the flexibility. I get to take Isaiah to school every morning. I never did that before. I used to have to drop him off at daycare and someone else would take him. And I'm able to pick him up early from extended day after school. And to me, that's a huge blessing.
Absolutely. To be present.
Absolutely. When I had T, I was a single mom. Up until he was 8 years old. And so with him, a lot of it was other people watching him. I would work 7 days a week sometimes. My dad, who was a godsend, would watch Tiandre for me. Yes. And he helped out a lot. And so I just take those moments as being precious. And so I try to make up a lot of with Isaiah.
Well, what a blessing. And, God is so faithful to restore time, right? I love that scripture when he talks about God will restore everything the locust has eaten. And
that's right.
Obviously, that is one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur and owning your own business. For the most part, you can create your own hours and to be able to be present, especially when your children are young. They need mom, they need dad or grandma, and grandpa to be present to help build that foundation. So
absolutely.
Speaking about building a foundation, you and I were laughing about this earlier, but by nature of what you do, you go into these doctors' offices, you sit down with the doctor, you ask for full, financial transparency, how they're running the practice. How could you relate what you do with doctors to, let's just say, somebody who's starting out a business or, just some life tips for a mom that maybe is a stay-at-home mom and she's trying to start a business? What is some structural things that we could do to bring order for 2018?
Absolutely. Try to refine down what your passions are. What is your vision? I love that the women are having these vision board parties.
Yes.
I think that's amazing because once you put those goals on paper and you write it down, that makes you much more successful. And then you have to figure out why you do what you do. Mm-hmm. Why is it that you want to do? What is your story? And you always keep that in your heart because when you get away from your story and you get away from your mission, it really puts strain on you. And that's where some of those, business issues come up like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, you got to go back to why you started it.
In the first place,
Yeah,
right?
why did you start it in the first place? I always like policy and procedure. So when I was in the corporate world, I got teased about that a lot because
She was about that policy and procedure.
I'm like,
You didn't
what does it say? What does the policy say? Well, I kind of function like that in my solo business and kind of, well, what are the rules? You have to write that out. If you don't have the steps, how can you replicate it day to day? You don't want to work in confusion. So have everything written down, have a roadmap, have a path, and it really keeps you organized. I always go back to this because I think it's so important. When it comes to starting a business, you have to be comfortable negotiating contracts and talking about money.
That's good.
And a lot of people don't want to do that, or there's some fear in that. And you take it from me, you don't want to do this the hard way and not get paid, or not get paid what you're worth.
Right. Well, you don't want to be in business not to make money. It's not a hobby, right?
Right. It's
you
not
need
a
to be
hobby.
able to take care of your child and pay for those
Absolutely.
soccer cleats or that football or whatever else they're doing.
Exactly. So I think when you go back to your vision and what's in your heart and why you do it, you're convicted. And so when you go and you speak to physicians or whoever your audience may be, you speak to the point that you're so passionate about it. I'm worth this. You will get your money's worth. And it makes you more comfortable speaking about money.
Absolutely. And I think that's such a good thing to address because it can be such an uncomfortable conversation.
Yes.
Or maybe as a business owner, that's not your strength or your niche. So what would you recommend to somebody who's maybe not, they're a visionary, they're in the forefront, but they don't want to, negotiate the deals. How would you encourage someone to maybe get a business partner or a financial advisor or somebody? Do you have people that you recommend for that?
Absolutely. Here, and it's almost like a hidden secret because I never knew about the National Entrepreneur Center. It is right here in Orlando. It's at the Fashion Square Mall. It's in the back end. Go back there. They have for free. You can have a business mentor.
Wow.
For free.
Kalia, can you give us that information? We'll put it on our Facebook site because I think there's so many things that people don't know about, so many amazing resources. And that's one of our mission, here at Authentic Living is to take those hidden things and make them known, right? Get the tools in people's hands to succeed.
So when I went there, I had already delved deep. I had already did my business plan. I had already put up my website, but they will help you. So if you just have an idea, you could go in, pitch your idea, and they will even help you with a business plan. So when I went in, they looked over my business plan, gave me some critiques, looked at my website, said, this looks good. This seems a bit vague. You might want to be more specific here. They even do social media because in the beginning, I had a tough time with that. I knew how to post on Facebook. I knew how to post on Instagram, but I didn't know how to use it to my advantage to showcase my business.
Right.
They even have classes on how to do social media. It is the best thing in the world.
Leah, that is such great information. I'm so thankful that you were able to share that today because I think that it would be a phenomenal resource. People just need help. A lot of us have great ideas, but we need to have the process, the procedures, the structure on it. Because we know that in the Word, God says He's not the author of confusion or chaos, right?
That's
but
right.
He is the Prince of Peace, and peace comes when there's order in place. And I think we know that in 1 Corinthians 14:40, our theme for this month is God does everything decently and in order. And so when you have that solid foundation, then you can begin to build your vision and your dream and go after those contracts, right? And get those big deals.
Absolutely.
So how can our listeners get in touch with you to learn more about your business?
They could go to MEDkeen Solutions website, and it is www.wehelpdoctors, not spelled out.com. And that's wehelpdrs.com.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I just want to close out too, talking about the upcoming Healthy Business Conference. And I'm so excited to partner with Phillips Development Events, Patrice Phillips, and my dear sister in Christ too, IBA Success Magazine, Miss Jennifer Yon.
Yes.
We believe there's power in partnership. And so through many different outlets, we really want to inspire, educate, and empower the business community to learn about what we all have going on. And, when we understand what each one another, is doing in the business community, we can make those connections and help support one another. And maybe, we're struggling. I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle in silence because sometimes pride or just ignorance, just like you said, not knowing. Many people didn't even know that there was that incubator behind Fashion Square Mall, but now we know things here, right?
Please go.
So I'm excited. Next week on January 25th, it's going to be right here in Apopka. It's going to be a great event. It's a full day event. It's an investment that business owners should make. I mean, wouldn't you agree that business owners need to invest in their ongoing education?
Absolutely. Personal development is so important. So when you're an entrepreneur, you need to read as much as you can about about your field, but also how to be a better person, how to be a better leader, how to be a phenomenal CEO. And I think the Healthy Business Conference is going to do that. They're going to touch on topics on depression as being an entrepreneur, workplace violence, and the importance of connecting with your Chamber of Commerce. That's important too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to actually have the Apopka new Chamber of Commerce president. He's going to be there, Robert Agruso.
I can't wait to meet him.
Also the mayor, real sharp guy, the mayor of Apopka, Joe Kilsheimer's going to be there. The new president and CEO of the Apopka Florida Hospital, Tim Cook's going to come and speak.
Yes.
And I'm excited. I'll be on location. We're going to be recording Authentic Living. So,
oh wow, nice.
Yes, got to come by and say hello.
I will.
We'll be able to interview some of these key leaders and just hear their vision for 2018 and maybe give some life-changing tips. Maybe there's somebody out there in business that is really struggling and they're on the verge of quitting. And, we truly believe power in partnership. And so I'm so excited you've been on with us today.
Thank you so much. What a blessing.
Kalia,
thank you.
You're welcome. Kalia Fillmore with MEDkeen Solutions. We're going to have her information up on the website. You're listening to the Authentic Living Show here on 94.9 FM and AM 950 The Word. We'll be right back with Raina Smith. Don't go away. Hi, it's Courtney Shaw, host of Authentic Living, here with my good friend Michelle, the Queen of Clean. We're both in very busy seasons of